as you can see, we have taken a trade on GU, and it's doing exactly what I wanted it to. We talked about this the other day. I was looking for, push to the downside, break up, come back down. I was going to buy in off the rejection. I saw rejection here, so we're clearly in. Now, DXY is looking all right. I'm looking for it to short, and this is really going to be dependent on the PMI numbers. I mean, I don't necessarily know what they're going to be, but I just have a kind of, a little feeling, a little feeling that it's going to be a little bit worse than expected for the US dollar, meaning it's not going to be like they want it to be. We have President Trump speaking as well, and we have Fed Chair Powell speaking as well. But from the looks of it, there's not really much that he's going to say that's going to be different than what he already has been saying. So we can kind of predict what he's going to say, and that the labor market is okay and we're data dependent, so we don't need to cut rates again, which may or may not help the dollar. Who knows? We'll find out together. And right now we are in on a 0.36. We scaled in. First position is just about 10 pips in profit, and then our second position is just about 4. It was up just about 6 or 7 pips when we began the video, but we're just going to be seeing how it holds these levels. If it does hold the 3-5 area, then we're golden and we'll be able to make back um everything for the month of September. But if it doesn't, then we're going to be down like 30% for the month, which is not ideal. But hey, shit happens, right? Now, I've been looking for buys on GU for a long time. We've been buying since February. As you can see, it's clear strong uptrend. And then we've had a little pit stop right here. And arguably, I probably, like next time coming around, I won't trade this like this season at all, just because I know there's a potential for BS to happen. But the PMI numbers for the pound were very weak. So we had them just like this. I'm kind of looking for the US dollar to do the exact same thing to help me out here. And if, like I said, if we hold the 3-5 area, which my stop loss is well below the 3-5, we're at 348 with stops. So that should give us enough breathing room for any type of market reaction to the PMI numbers and anticipation of the PMI numbers. And also, I don't know if it'll give me enough room to play with on Powell speaking. It really just depends. So I may or may not exit the market at 11:35. I'm actually looking to exit the market around that time just because I don't like how he can shake up the market like he's all knowing, all seeing, all being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that. So we're going to see what happens. We're either going to be down 30% or we're going to be down 1%, for the month. That's really the bet that we're making. Normally, I don't trade the end of the month. If you're new here, you're probably saying, "Well, Dan, I've seen you trade 2 times back to back at the end of the month. You were just trading yesterday, and it's the end of the month." Yeah, well, I have those rules in place, but there's also a moment to break those rules, and this is one of those moments. If I'm down a sizable amount, for the month, and I see a potential good setup, I'm going to take it because I'm already down for the month. And the only thing that I can risk more is more equity, like no problem. We'll just deposit that money back in there. Not a big deal. So that's really the game plan coming up. PMI comes out in like 9 minutes. So I'm going to most likely like record for the vlog and show something. If I feel like recording for the vlog. I don't know. My legs hurt. You know, I got old man knees right now. It's because I ain't slept for the past 24 hours. So I'm a little tired. So I guess we'll just sit here and watch this, and this may just be the video for today because I don't know if this is going to be a winner. I don't know if this is going to be a loser. There's a high potential that it is going to be a loser because, the U.S. has just been shocking the world, with what they've been doing. I can't get a feel on what the U.S. got going on, but we'll figure out. We'll see how this goes. We got a good little 8 little minutes. Perfect time for you to get a little stretch here. You know, make sure you limber up, stay stretched up. Hope you guys are having a wonderful trading day. Hope your trading month has been going better than mine. This is one of the first times in a long time that we have gone on a losing streak. Can't say I enjoy it. Can't say I miss it either. I don't miss going on losing streaks. What are we looking at? 52. I mean, it's not. Wow. It's slightly better. And actual greater. And slightly lower. That's weird. That's weird news. Let's see how the market reacts to it. There's really no change. Like there's really nothing major about that. We got 52.0 with the forecast of 52.2, which is lower than 53, and then 53.9 when the forecast was 54. It's not really much to work with on that. To be honest, there's really nothing to work with on that. Let's just see how the market reacts. This could be unchanging news, meaning that, hey, the market's just going to keep going the way that it's going. This has been a very unprecedented time. I think that's the word I want to use. It's a really weird time to be trading. I made a video earlier about it when I blew my baby account, that this is the weirdest time to trade. It's so weird. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. How news affects the market. Not that I ever did understand news, but normally when news was newsing, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's going to do what it do. You know, you see a red folder, it's going to shake up. Nowadays, that ain't the case. It's weird. But it's a learning process. I never claimed to be the best. I never claimed to be top trader, top this. No. This is my journey. And you know, if you're watching this and you're here, then you're a part of my journey. You get to see what I become, whether it's well, my philosophy is you can't lose unless you quit. So I ain't gonna quit. But yeah, I don't really feel like sitting here and watching this entire time. So we're gonna come back and, like, I don't know, whenever I wake up and see how the market reacted to it. But right now it's not looking too pretty. I'll tell you that. It's not looking too pretty. We're looking for rejection here, and I don't really see too much of it. We did have a strong push to the upside, a little minute. You know, happy, feeling a little happy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I initially got in Insta Blue. You get what I'm saying? Like, boop, boop, bought in, you know, strong, and went up for like 10, 20 pips. And then, you know, news, which we already knew news was coming out. It wasn't like a shocker. But I was just betting on PMI numbers being worse than expected, which they I mean, yeah, technically worse. It's 52, but it's not super strong. I don't think that's enough to even move the market. Not that much. So I guess we'll just have to wait till Mr. Powell decides to have a conversation with the United States of America on whether or not he I don't know, wants to do anything in his last term while he's here. I'm kind of excited to see what Myron gonna be doing. Like, hopefully he, shake up the market a little bit more. But yeah, from the looks of it, there's a high potential that we're gonna be down like 30% for the month. Can't say I didn't try, but I'll catch y'all you know, whenever it finishes. All right, it's the next day, and as you can see, we've been stopped out. We took just about $100 loss on that, which I don't know what that equates to, but according to my trading journal, it's about 12% of the entire. Well, my bad. Where is it? It's 2.5%, 2.4% for the entire portfolio, and we're down just about 12.1% as well. For the month, for the year, we're down 8%. So not down too much, but you know, um, one thing that I took from the situation is that I could have waited a little bit more because just paying attention to what I should have done was waiting for, a confirmation of the break. And then when that confirmation was denied, I should have, sold to the downside, which would have been more patient, would have been a better overall entry. Because if you remember in the last trading day that we had, we were looking for sells. We were looking to short it down to 274, and it is shorting down to 274. And yeah, so that's really what I took from it. Just be a little bit more patient. This is my second trade. I'm using the new, I wouldn't say ideology, but methodology on entering into orders. So I can already see the accuracy increasing with how close I am to winning orders. Like, I'm not egregiously wrong considering, we got in for sales, initial sales were taken out. That's normal. I should have waited for the confirmation of the break, and then I would enter into buys if that's what I was looking for. Because if you remember the other day, we were looking for like if it was gonna buy, we were looking for something similar to this. So, like a break, like a full break. So we break through, create a level of support, and then we buy off that support, send it higher. But instead, we went and created this, which I have to be prepared for those types of situations where it goes and it creates something like that. Like, it's still a level of resistance. It's just I'd say a dynamic level of resistance is not a normal, like, cut and dry level of resistance. It took some time to stutter around there. And I don't know if that was because of comments via the FOMC or anything like that, but I got in just a bit too early. Could have waited a little bit more and seen what price did in this area. I'm not taking any more trades for the month for real this time. It's the 24th. We got GDP tomorrow. We also have unemployment, and then we also have PCE coming out on Friday. So I think the best bet is to just wait until next week, submit orders. That is, unless something great stumbles upon my charts and we can take that. Because if we look at just the past two orders that we sent, they would have been winners if I'd have held this one. 349. No, my bad. 353 was my order entry, and then this one was 349. So imagine if I just re-entered on the same bias. maintain the same bias, then what we'd be doing is we'd recovered all losses for the month of September and got some profit as well. We'd have been looking at just about 24% in gains because we're nearing that area. TPs were at 34274. So as you guys can see, I'm getting closer. And that's the main idea here, is that I'm getting closer to profitability and maintaining profitability. Because I've been profitable before and I've maintained it before, but I never knew what I was doing. In full transparency, I traded strategies. In addition to that, I was not confident in anything that I did. I would never throw a large amount of capital into an account. I would always be too timid. I would throw a small amount that I was dead ass trading 1% of my portfolio. What I mean, and my portfolio included cash that I had on hand, and I had a lot of it. So the confidence is higher because now I'm willing to risk more on trading. We're looking at like 90% of equity. Well, 90% of all like receivables going directly into a portfolio, whether that be this portfolio or it's spread across. So clearly I'm more confident in what I'm doing, and we're like one step away. That's what I'm seeing. We're like literally one step away. But we'll see what the next trading day provides. I know I said I wasn't going to trade for the rest of the month, but we don't know what's going to happen. I could come back literally tomorrow with another live trading. Hey, I'm in a trade. And then that'd be just what it is, you know? So what am I looking for moving forward is some more more push down to test this area, and then a potential high in that area, and then coming down to touch the 3 3s. That's what I'm looking for. I know it looks a little funny, but that's essentially what I'm looking for, is a stronger push down, test this bottom of the range. Let that not be a bottom of a range. I'd rather it just break it, you know, because we've been stuck in this little area for a little minute, and I've been stuck trading in this. Nothing but consolidation. And what I fear is that there is going to be more candles of consolidation in between these two areas. And if that happens, I'm not trading GU. Not during that time. And I say that because that happened to me, I'm going to say last year or the year before. I traded GJ and I was stuck in the consolidation phase of GJ. And I can show that. It was so ass. It was so ass and confusing, and it pissed me off for so long. It's on the weekly time frame. You can see it. Where is it? It was like from 2023. Yeah, just about 23. So in this area, I was trading. And it was so difficult to trade. Like I was losing my mind in that area. And then I think I stopped trading by 2024. I can't remember. But you can see how it just moved strong, like a regular uptrend. And that's what I'm waiting for with GU. Either an uptrend or a downtrend. I don't care which way it goes. I'm not biased in anything on that, because both of their economies suck ass. The pound sucks, and the US dollar sucks right now. They just are just bouncing all over the place. So if we can go into a downtrend, we can go to sell market, you know, straight bears. I love that. I was wondering what this was. So yeah, that's really all for this trading month. We're gonna watch these TPs be hit. I'm not gonna watch them. because there's really no point in sitting here and watching it. But I am going to revisit the charts, probably London session, just to check, see what's going on. And then we'll maybe decide if these 2 days are even worth trading. But I want to make sure I'm focused up. I want to make sure that we're getting closer to the answer that I'm looking for. Because this is, I'm not going to say it's unacceptable, but I don't want it to happen again. I said we're down 12% this month across the entire portfolio. For this account itself, I think we're down 20%. But with everything included, about 2.4% for the day, 12% for the month, for the year, minus 8%. And this is also concurrent with what it looks like on the trading account itself. So I believe, let me calculate that really quick. Yeah, it'll be about 8%, about 8 point. Let me see. No, it should be higher than 8%. It should be like 12%. No, it's more like 13 or 14. We'll do 15. Yeah, so it's higher than 12%, lower than 15%. So let's call it 13. Let's call it 14. That's how much we're down in the Forex account itself, the funded. But we're going to see how things move. And I still have some more adjustments that we need to do. So you'll see we have adjustments for withdrawals because I've withdrawn $300 from the account. And I also have an adjustment coming within 7 days, I believe. No, 6 days. On the 30th, we're going to make an adjustment for whatever the other portfolio has yielded. And this is including crypto and stocks. So if there's any losses for the month, we'll just include that as a withdrawal or a debit or some sort, just to make it more realistic, because I'm not actively trading in those portfolios, but I am managing them in the regard that, I'm buying shares of either a stock or a crypto position, buying a token, and then allowing that to accrue equity on a yearly basis. So yeah, I'll catch you guys whenever we do our next trade, and hopefully I can get a vlog out pretty soon. But when we're losing back to back, there's really no point in doing vlogs because I'm not doing shit when I'm losing. I'm just keeping my mind right and just trying to see how we can get better. And the best way to get better is being on the charts and, just learning from my mistakes. But I'm very glad that I made that switch, because now I'd say I'm more accurate to a degree, because before I was very inaccurate. And I can show you that by saying I take this entry right here. I would have took a buy entry right here. I'd have took my first, well, this would have been a sell entry, yes, for sure. But for everything else, like we're missing so much profit because I'm going off of pure strategy, like not thinking, but just going pure strat, just strat all day, strat. So as I began to step away from strategy and go to what do I understand and what am I able to read, it's getting closer. I was this close to turning a 24% gain in like 3 days. Well, this week. So from Thursday to Wednesday, we would have churned a 24% gain. Just like that. That's how close I was. We had a sell here. My sell position was at here. My next sell position was here, too low. If I'd have waited a little bit more, it could have been higher. You can see rejection off of here. And then TPs are hit. See 274 right here. And then we have 263 right here. Walking apart. And that's why you should never be discouraged. I mean, you can see me right now. I'm down, as we just went over, I'm down 12% this month. And it's even more aggressive, it's more egregious in the Forex account. In the Forex account, which most positions are being made off of, we're down like 20% for the month. Because if you think about it, 3,250 times, 0.1, 10% of 3,250 is $325. So we're just about double that, or somewhere north of that range. That's pretty substantial. That's a kick in the gut. Like, that'd be the equivalent of blowing 2 funded accounts, because you have a 10% loss that you can go through. But, you got to keep your head up. Stay focused on the task at hand. Don't care about the money. Try to adjust whatever it is that you're messing up on. That is what I'm taking from the situation. And I mean, if you want to, take it with a grain of salt, because I'm not looking to particularly teach. I'm looking to get better myself. These videos serve as a learning purpose for me. I can come back, I can watch, I can look at my thoughts and see what I can adjust. And if I am in a pitfall, I can fix that. But one thing that I am adding to my bag is a trading journal. I just now did that. Before, I would just use Discord. And Discord is cool and all, but at the same time, I feel a little bit exploited. A little bit, because all I do is just read this. If you're just reading buy, sell, and you're seeing X's and trophies, and it's a little different than this. This I can get with. I don't know why, but something just hits different in my brain to where it's like, okay, this feels better, that I can look at things and then I can journal and I can, tell my thoughts without having other people look at them. And not that I don't do that. Like, I have a YouTube channel where we're going over the trades that I'm taking. So I'm clearly comfortable with it. But I don't know. Something is just a little bit different about having a trading journal. So I'm not an ambassador for one. But if you do want to use a trading journal like the one that I'm using, TradeMetria, I will have the link in the description. I just opened one today. So, I'm fresh, and I don't really have, it took me a little minute to get it set up. I will be completely transparent. It is not the easiest platform to set up, I believe. I haven't used any other trading journals. But what you have to do is just like, or if y'all want a video on how to set it up, just let me know. How about that? 'Cause I don't have to sit here and talk about it if that's not what you're interested in. So we'll see what our next trading day holds for us in the future.